This is NOAA Weather Radio, all hazards. WNG538 broadcasting from a tower on Grandmother Mountain, near Linville, North Carolina, operating on a frequency of 162.450 megahertz.
Yep, you heard that. That's WNG538. Going with their station ID, as per usual. But what isn't usual, or I suppose something that had just recently been a thing, WNG538, a station that had previously been phone line, just going wireless as of today, October 25th, 2024.
The pressure was 30.16 inches and steady. At Asheville Airport, it was clear. The temperature was 74 degrees. At the Rutherford County Airport, it was clear. The temperature was 73 degrees. At Shelby, it was clear.
And I'll give you a side-by-side comparison to how WNG538 is with their new wireless setup compared to how they previously were when they were phone line. So here's a listen of them being wireless.
At Charlotte and 64 at Bluefield. It was partly cloudy, with a temperature of 71 at Greensboro, 72 at Raleigh-Durham, 77 at Knoxville, and 73 at Bristol. At Roanoke, it was mostly cloudy, with a temperature of 54 at Greensboro and 46 at Bristol. At Statesville, drizzle was falling, with a temperature of 54. At Raleigh-Durham, it was mostly cloudy.
And in case if you didn't get too much of a difference there, if you aren't really familiar with this stuff, with a no-water radio station being either phone line or wireless, basically all you really just need to know is that WNG538 changed its sound quality of its broadcasts, which is why I say that they went from phone line, specifically soft phone line, to wireless.
44. Boone, the high was 68, and the low 31. Bryson, the city, the high was 70.
And speaking of WNG538's previous phone line setup, they've been running on that kind of phone line for several years. Though I myself have had a couple of recent times in recent history where WNG538 would have its own set of issues with its former phone line. How am I saying this? But continuing on, with WNG538's broadcasts either glitching or randomly going off the air, or both even. Maybe some other problems they've had them with that phone line. And since WNG538 just today had to change their sound quality to where they're now considered wireless in terms of sound quality for no-water radio transmitters, hopefully WNG538 by this point here definitely won't be having those kind of problems that they did when they were phone line. Because trust me, they had them. They really had them, and it wasn't an occasion for WNG538 at the very least to have some sort of glitch with its broadcasts, because it had them. As a matter of fact, here's a video of how they used to be with their phone line.
They're not going to make it.
Now, WNG538 hadn't always been like that, but I'd say it was just more of a recurrent thing happen for WNG538 for them to have issues with their broadcast. But yeah, with WNG538's broadcast in terms of how it sounds, changing it.
Mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 60s. Monday night, partly cloudy.
Okay, I'm filling this with a voice clip here since I forgot to say this in the video, but for WNG538 being operated by GSP, Greenville-Spartanburg WFO, they operate 9 know-what radio stations, and of those 9 stations that they have, 4 of them, KJY 85 Statesville, WXJ21 Greenville, KXI 81 Clayton, and KHC 27 Rock Hill, would be 4 of 9 stations that, before WNG538 switched, have already been on wireless. Though it's just this day that WNG538 makes this the 5th of 9 stations from GSP that, in terms of sound quality, are wireless. But yeah, just going with what I said at the beginning here. A new thing with WNG538 as of today, October 25th, 2024. Them fully being wireless.
At Nashville Airport, it was clear. The temperature was 74 degrees.
And honestly, as myself, a listener, not even being within WNG538's area, but instead getting them at a further area, for how long they've been on phone line for, that being several years, I never thought this would happen. But it did.
Around North Carolina, East Tennessee, and Virginia, it was clear, with a temperature of 75 at Statesville, 76 at Charlotte, and 64 at Bluefield.